Athletes and gamers. Two opposite sides of the same coin. Both show extreme passion and dedication to their lifestyle.
We would be in the gym 2 to 3 times a week.
On average, during the on-season for the Overwatch League, we trained for about 10 hours a week.
We'd practice 3 times a week.
3 hours every day.
I'd say about 5 times a week.
And the occasional spin class after a game, and then maybe yoga on a Sunday. So basically 7 days a week we'd be doing something.
Athletic competition has been around for centuries and is widely praised for the commitment and dedication that athletes go through. Video games. For the longest time, a controversial hobby, with talks of prolonged violence and being an addiction. Yet when an athlete spends countless hours practicing, they are seen with admiration. While when a competitive gamer puts in the same type of commitment to their practice, they are seen with disappointment.
Well, you can definitely, it's easier to become addicted, I guess, because when you're doing sports, there's a physical exertion to it, so you can't get as addicted to it. But if you're sitting at home and you're playing for 10 hours a day, time just flies by because you're not actually exerting yourself.
In one sense, I do agree that it's incredibly hypocritical, because how is it fair for the gamers, and then how is it fair for the athletes and not the gamers? That I get that. But at the same time, I also get how it's not, because athletes, it's 50%, it's half and half. It's half mental, half physical. You're not just focusing on one thing. With the gamers, you're literally just doing one thing, sitting down all day. And to be honest, what are you really learning just sitting down at a computer all day?
People don't realize how competitive gaming can be, and what level, how high level skills you need for it, right? Because there's reaction time and everything, and there's so much strategy to it, but people don't really quite understand that. They kind of just think we're just playing for fun, and they don't realize it can be considered as really skillful to have, right? Because being good at something like this isn't that easy. There's so many games that takes so much skill, and not everyone can do.
Sure, athletes require a combination of mental and physical abilities, but competitive gaming is mostly a mental sport. Those athletes need lightning-fast reflexes and incredible hand-eye coordination. Both require a certain prowess, but does that mean that one is better than the other?
The fact physical sports focuses more on becoming good at many different levels, I think that's a good thing, because this is society. There's many different aspects we're going to come across in our lives. The good thing that sports is they put you across multiple different aspects, so you at least learn things that are apart from yourself. The problem with things like games, if it only focuses on one aspect, life is more than that one aspect.
I would say that obviously I don't go running around to train for what I do, but in the same sense, if I were to break my arm or have an accident or something like that, it would stop me from being able to play. So I feel like there is still a physical part to it. Maybe not as much, but there's definitely a limitation that you would have to overcome if something were to happen.
With the popularity of competitive gaming ever increasing, there is becoming higher stakes and higher interest with broadcasts on ESPN, MLG, and talks of it becoming an event in the Olympics. Can it go further? Is this a good thing?
Well, I think it was bound to happen. It's becoming so popular all of a sudden that people who play the game want to see the best people playing it. So, and people are willing to put money into that. So when these companies do these crowdsourcing type of things, there's a lot of money going into it. And I guess that goes to show that it's here and people are going to watch it.
I think that it's great that it's an increasing trend. It just gives more opportunities for e-gamers to get out there and do what they love, what they're passionate for. Do I think that it should fall under the Olympics? No, because they should have their own maybe world championship, but I don't think it falls under the Olympics.
It's amazing that gaming can take you places now, and it's being more recognized rather than being shut down. And people are starting to realize gaming can be really important to people's lives and stuff.
Yet at SAIT, there is no recognition to it outside of small clubs. Being an athlete opens up your career. It bridges them to careers in professional sports with added benefits to specific scholarships and financial gain. Yet gamers receive none of that. Why? They put in the same level of commitment as an athlete does. Shouldn't they get rewarded for that too?
I mean, I think it's fine. We all played games because we thought it was fun, and we just continued to do it. I'm sure there would still be athletes who played their sport regardless of if they got scholarships through it. But it would be nice to gain something for our community.
I would say that we do. If we're gonna put 8 hours in a day, that would take away from homework or schoolwork, stuff like that, which obviously it happens to the athletes as well. If I need to give up that time, I feel like there should be a compensation from SAIT, something like that, small scholarship or something.
Should collegiate level esports exist? Should there be a SAIT Trojans e-gaming team?
Yeah, of course.
I would say they do.
Hell yes.
I think that SAIT should follow the trend of many large schools here in Canada even, like SFU and UBC, and making their own collegiate level team for esports. And I think collegiate level esports are a wonderful thing that brings people together.